So the director of this movie first did a movie called Blue Rain, and now he did Green Room, and the next one's probably going to be something like Red something rather.
Whatever you saw or did is no longer my concern. But let's be clear. It won't end well.
Green Room is directed by Jeremy Saulnier and it stars Anton Yelchin, Imogen Poots, and Patrick Stewart. So Anton Yelchin is part of the band, and they're not exactly the smartest people, so they decide, and they really want money, so they decide to play a gig at a neo-Nazi club run by Patrick Stewart, and then they witness a murder, and they have to stay there, and they're locked in there, and they're trying, it's more of like a negotiation, and then it turns into a bit of a tense action thriller. That's all I'm gonna say. If Green Room impressed me with something, it's the performances. Like, the performances from the band, they're all really good, they're all really convincing. But Anton Yelchin was great, and Imogen Poots was just really interesting to watch, because she was great too. But I really loved Patrick Stewart in this movie. He's never felt more threatening, because usually you see him, he's like, I'm Professor, and he's like a bald guy in a wheelchair. Now he's just a bald guy with a beard and a gun. And that's just really creepy, and it's really intense, because he clearly has ulterior motives to what he's already trying to portray, but he feels like such a level-headed guy and such a good guy at the same time too. The story and script though, they are really, really good. The story, it's really intriguing. From the minute it starts, you're already intrigued in what happens, because it opens up with them in a cornfield. The story is really intriguing because it never really feels like it's going in a direct way. It feels like it go either way, whether it could go really good or really bad. The script was also nicely written too. There was a lot of cool dialogue, like dialogue between Imogen Poots and Anton Yelchin, probably the best. But Patrick Stewart was also really interesting too. If there are flaws with Green Room, I would say that the tension deflates rapidly in the last 10 minutes of the movie. Because the whole movie you're leading up to something that's really big and really dramatic, and then at the end of the movie it's like, nope. And then the whole ending wraps up so fast that the tension just completely goes away. Like, there's tension for a little bit, and then they go outside of the club, because they're locked in the club the entire movie. It's just not a spoiler, they're just locked in there. And then they go outside, and the tension deflates so much. Some characters are also given no development at all. They're just there, there's some defining trait about them, and then you completely forget them. I don't even know what half the characters' names were. Like, I remember Anton Yelchin, I remember Imogen Poots, I remember Patrick Stewart, I remember another couple. I remember pretty much the majority of the characters, but the other dividing characters, like, there's the girl member of the band, there's the guy with the green hair, there's the lead singer, there's the guy that was the bodyguard, there's the guy that's, like, has a bit of a morality in the neo-Nazis. It's just that type of character development that I probably would have liked to have seen a bit more of. It's just that I probably would have liked to have seen a bit more character development for the majority of the characters. I also have the same problem that I did with Hardcore Henry. The violence is overly gratuitous. Like, I'm talking, this movie did not need to have overly gratuitous violence. It could have completely avoided it, but it went for it, and it was just kind of like, oh my god, it's actually happening. Like, when you see the injuries inflicted in the movie, you'll be like, yep, that's pretty gratuitous, I don't know why they had to do that. Anyway, Green Room has an interesting, intriguing story with great acting. I always say, with Green Room, I'll have a side of fries with that. Have you seen Green Room? What did you think of it? What's your favourite movie band? Let me know down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to become one of the Platypus, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh wow, you made it to the end of the video. Good job. How about you click that subscribe button for more content? Or click one of these two videos. You know, either one's good enough.